$42 billion. That's the staggering amount of money that shifted within one day before the most shocking bank failures in history. The world's financial systems are teetering on a razor edge, and an unseen crisis looms large on the horizon. Banks nearing insolvency, a first ever bond crisis, skyrocketing gold demand, and a dramatic shift away from the US dollar are all happening in such a short span. You may be thinking what's happening, but there's a more intriguing question. What's next? 2023, in my opinion, is a year that can reshape the financial systems of the world. A year where all roads seem to be pointing to one frontier: Bitcoin. It was built from the ashes of the 2008 financial crisis for the next one, and here we are. In today's episode, we're going to be uncovering the financial chaos and why 2023 may just be the Bitcoin year. If you've wondered about investing in cryptocurrency or are just curious about the state of the global economy, this is one journey you can't afford to miss. But before we begin, go ahead and smash that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't. It really helps the channel. Buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride in the world of finance. In just a blink of an eye, 2023 saw 3 of the 4 biggest bank failures in history. Our banking system, once thought to be solid and unbreakable, has been revealed to have been built on an unstable foundation. This is a severe and urgent crisis, and the flaws and weaknesses of the system are becoming dangerously apparent, and the Fed is trying their best to prevent complete collapse. Let's start with the shocking failure of Silicon Valley Bank. In a single day, $42 billion was moved out of the bank. Money is moving faster than ever. But where is it going? A majority of it went to money market funds and larger banks like JP Morgan. Economist Rubini sheds light on a concerning reality. Most banks in the US are teetering on the edge of insolvency. Bonds that were considered safe, priced at a mere 1 to 2% interest, are practically worthless now. That's the lifeblood of our financial system. What's even more alarming is that if there's a sudden need for cash, banks might be forced to sell their bonds at a loss, which is a move that could send them spiraling into insolvency. The Stanford Institute of Economic Policy and Research estimates an almost $2.2 trillion of unrealized losses in the US banking system. This was a risk that brought down banks like Silicon Valley and First Republic. And it's not just with bonds. Morgan Stanley warns that the commercial real estate sector is in a worse condition than 2008, projecting losses upwards of 40%. This fall may be even steeper than the one in 2008. Let's move on and talk about the US's $32 trillion of debt. That's trillion with a T. It's a number that's so large it's hard to grasp. What's even more alarming is that the interest payment on that debt could become the US's largest spend on the budget. We're talking about a potential debt spiral that could affect every American. Since 1977, bonds in America have been a safe haven, giving a positive profit or at most a loss of 2.9%. But 2022 changed everything, where bonds posted a loss of 13%. Why is this a big deal? Bonds are often considered safer than mortgages, and this loss opens up a huge systemic risk. It's like discovering that your brakes don't work while you're driving on the highway. It's not just banks. Insurance companies also hold on to a ton of bonds. A crisis here can create a domino effect, impacting areas that you might not expect. Also, sovereign defaults across the world are at an all-time high. I think from 2000 to 2020, there were about 19 sovereign defaults, and since 2020, there have been 14. Countries are failing to pay their debt at an unprecedented rate. The US dollar ruled the global economy for decades now, but even the dollar is starting to lose its dominance. We're seeing a new financial landscape emerging, but this transformation isn't going to happen overnight. It all started with the concept of de-dollarization. Many countries began shifting away from the dollar, exploring opportunities with currencies like the Chinese yuan, the Japanese yen, or the euro. Then came the BRICS nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They all came together to strengthen their currencies and challenge the dollar's reign. This coalition is more than a financial decision. It's a geopolitical statement. But why now? Some point to the US's massive debt. Others say shifting global alliances. But it could also just be a natural evolution of an interconnected world. The reasons may be complex, but the ripple effect is undeniable. In times of financial uncertainty, people and even countries turn to precious metals like gold. 2022 saw gold demand surge to 11-year high. But why did they rush to gold, especially Russia, India, China, and Turkey? It's a move to a universal store of value, a hedge against turbulent times. In a world filled with economic uncertainty, precious metals become a beacon of reliability. As we've journeyed to the landscapes of the banking crisis, sovereign debt, geopolitical shifts, and the allure of precious metals, a common thread weaves through this story: change, uncertainty, and opportunity. It's time to synthesize our insights and unfold how Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies fit into this vast financial narrative. It's clear that the traditional finance system is starting to show cracks, but from these cracks emerges a gleam of opportunity. Bitcoin stands tall, offering an alternative, a hedge against the traditional finance system, a currency free from government control, independent, decentralized, and digital. That's Bitcoin. A currency for the digital age, responsive to the needs of a global society, and unburdened by the failures of the old system. I invite all of you to think critically about the financial landscape before us. Are we witnessing the beginning of a new era? Could Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies be the key to unlocking a future where people regain control over their financial destiny? Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts, insights, and predictions in the comments below. If you found this exploration valuable, hit that like button and share it with others that might be curious about the future of money. Remember to subscribe for more in-depth analyses just like this one. Together, we can explore the innovations and transformations that are shaping the world. Here's to 2023, a year that could be the Bitcoin year. Remember, this is not financial advice. Stay curious, stay engaged, and let's navigate the future together. Peace.